Whenever you have the square root of a negative, like the square root of negative 25 and the square root of negative 9, you should change that negative sign to be an I. And that is because the square root of negative 1 is defined to be I. So we have a name for the square root of negative 1. And the name is I. So we go ahead and change the square root of this negative to be an I. Now that is an I times the square root of 25. And then the square root of the negative with the 9, that becomes an I times the square root of 9. So that's because if you have the square root of a negative 9, you can think of it as the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 9. So the square root of the negative 1 is the I. You can put the I in the front or to the right, just so it does not look like the I is under the square root symbol. And then just continue your problem as usual. So the square root of 25, that's 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. And the square root of 9 is 3, because 3 times 3 is 9. So now that you've simplified those square roots, you can distribute the minus sign. So the minus sign here distributes to both terms. So negative 2 minus 3i. And then when you combine like terms, 9 minus 2 is 7, and 5i minus 3i is 2i.